I cannot believe an issue has come up that has put me on the same side as PETA and Bleeding Cool. But here we are, gamers. Now, hey, it's your boy Nerdicane. I'm coming to you with a little more serious video. If you're watching this while driving, I might cuss a little bit because this has kind of pissed me off, and it's been brewing for a while. So we had a situation last weekend on the what used to be a gaming streaming service called Twitch. It's no longer that. Basically, one of the big Twitch stars, while she was playing a game, got frustrated because I guess her cat was laying in front of her. I don't know if this is a newsflash to anybody who owns a cat. Cats lay wherever the fuck they want. It's what they do. Now, she got upset in a flash of just her natural callousness. And we know that this chick, I forget her name. Alinity. I always get her mixed up. I get all of these Twitch thoughts mixed up with each other. Alinity, who was the one at the gym who was live streaming, and then the person came over and said, "Hey, you're not allowed to live stream." And she said, "I'm not live streaming." Who was it? I can't remember what her name was, but all of these little thoughts, these little Twitch thoughts, they're all the same. They're all exactly the same to me. So that's forgive me if I forget what this chick's name is, but so she had a situation where she picked her cat up and threw it over the back of her head, basically like throwing a bouquet at a wedding ceremony, which we know this bitch is a callous bitch because she's been married before. In one of her more famous videos, comments, she said she didn't like Colombia, so she married a Canadian guy, and then she divorced the Canadian guy, and here we are. And they were, her and her chubby friend were celebrating. Oh, we did that. Yeah, fuck you. That's a real bitch thing to do to that guy, is to just like fake it and then to get a green card in of all places, Canada. Why would you do Canada? Canada sucks. But anyway, she takes her cat and throws it over the back of her head. Now, there's a huge outrage, but we need to pump the reality brakes a little bit here on that situation, okay? The cat was not in danger from being thrown like that. It was the action of a callous bitch taking the cat and just tossing it over because the cat, his tail or his back was blocking part of the screen. Yeah, that's the action of a callous bitch who probably shouldn't have a cat if you can treat it like that. But you gotta keep in mind that cats are like, you think cats are fragile and they're small. No, cats are these tough little murder machines, okay? You guys have seen Little. He's introduced himself into a couple of my videos of just basically walking onto the table and laying down on a comic book while I was reviewing it. That's what Little does. That's what cats do. Little is a murder machine. Every cat is a murder machine. If you're the size of a mouse or a small bird or a large bird, or in the case of that poor wild rabbit that Little killed, that rabbit was 3/4 its size and had lived every day of its life non-domesticated out in the wild with everything from owls to eagles to hawks to coyotes trying to kill it. Little murdered a rabbit himself. And he tried to bring it to me like I wanted. I don't want that thing. I go to the grocery store to get meat. But anyway, the cat was not in danger from that. So now that this has come out, a lot of the evidence has just been popping out on this chick about just how callous she is towards her animals. There's another one where it's a video clip, I'll put some stills of it, where she basically foot pokes her dog like she's some half-assed Caesar Milan in a tight shirt. But, okay, here's the one that pissed me off. This is the one that is actually dangerous. A year ago, she gave her cat, she put it in her mouth, vodka straight from the bottle, classy bitch. She put vodka in her mouth, and then she slightly like spit it into her cat's mouth. Now I'm sure the cat was like, okay, yeah, I'll drink what you got. Now I'm sure she's done that before, probably with milk or water, but surprise, yeah, look at the surprise on the cat's face. Yeah, surprise, it's vodka. Now I went to check, because I wanted it's common fucking sense that cats do not want vodka, okay? You put a bowl of milk, water, and vodka in front of a cat, 100 times out of 100, that cat is going to pick the milk, look at the water after drinking the milk, and then meow at you for more milk. But there's an actual website, and I'm glad they're out there, called it's here on the screen. Can I feed my cat? Question mark. And yes, of course, you cannot feed your cat vodka. It doesn't want it. It would never find that. It would never find that in the wild, and it would never seek that out. You cannot give a cat vodka. But there's a danger to it. I mean, you just look at this, that's what's written in this article here. Its body cannot process it. So if vodka is in its system is not going to know what to do with it, and the alcohol is going to get to do whatever it wants to do in the cat's system. But once again, like a callous bitch, she puts out a tweet recently like, that shit was a year ago, and it was stupid. I mean, yeah, it was stupid. You probably should have had your cat taken away then, but back then, nobody was really, you hadn't boiled over the pot yet. But now, here we are, you have. Okay, sorry about the change in audio. I've had to do an edit, and I've had to get out of the house because we're having windows put in today. A lot of construction. But more to the point, when I was looking into this, I went to Twitter to find some news, which is a terrible idea. Twitter is a completely biased source. But what I did see is I saw this article, but right underneath it, I saw a promoted tweet, and it was Alinity, of all people, saying, hey, come watch me grinding Apex. I'm terrible at the game. I'm not really a gamer. You're just here for my boobs. But come watch. Okay. And also, it is Monday. It's late Monday. And Twitch has done nothing about this. Twitch has made no response. And they're not going to, because they like, with all of these streamers, all of these thought streamers, they like that piece of the pie that they're getting. So they're not really going to do it anyway. And a lot of people out there on Twitch, It's a Gundam has definitely been very vocal on this. They understand that there is two sets of rules. There's sets of rules for the gamers, and then there's sets of rules for women with their boobs hanging out, getting that preteen money from their parents' credit cards. And so they're not going to do it. So they're not going to do anything about it. I know they're not going to do anything about it because they're not going to shoot the golden goose. Somebody did a petition on change.org. Change.org is a joke. Change.org is a meme. It has no real weight. It has no real backing. It's just people like, we just do it like with the Game of Thrones petition. It's just a joke. It's just a meme. But there is a petition to get her banned off of Twitch. And, this next generation, this younger generation of gamers, I'm starting to call them the U generation, because they do things like this. They do things like this. Petition is a thing because they want you to fix this. They want you to change this. When they don't really understand that they're the ones, if they are actually mad, if they're actually mad about Alinity, stop watching her. Stop watching her streams. Stop giving her money. If you know anybody who's giving her money, who's watching her streams, be like, hey man, why are you doing this? And really, you're rewarding bad behavior. In all of these Twitch streamers, in all of these thought streamers, you're rewarding bad behavior. They act like this. They flaunt the rule. They're very flagrant with the rules. They don't care. They know they're not going to get. If they do get a ban, it'll be a 1 month, 1 week ban, and then they'll be right back to their old tricks, because Twitch allows that because they want that money. So really, the power is on you, the gamers, and I haven't seen you, the gamers, really, well, this young generation, do anything positive for themselves. You buy AAA games from companies that you know are out to screw you over, and like EA, you every time an EA game comes out, you say you hate EA, but then the game releases and you buy it. So it's really on them. It's so the crux of the problem, the real key of the problem, the real root of the problem is not Alinity. She's doing what she's gonna do. She's making money off of this, and that's what she's gonna do. Nothing's gonna stop her. She's not gonna stop her. You have the people watching have to realize, okay, let's do an exercise. This is an exercise to anybody out there who's still listening to this, anybody who's listening to this, who is donating to any of these streamers out there. Think of the man in your life. Think of the man in your life who is your role model, okay? Now, Now, some of you may go, some of you more snarky ones will be like, I don't have a male role model. Well, that's part of your problem, if that's the case. But think about this. If you had to go to your role model, to your male role model in your life, and you had to explain the practice that you're doing of giving money to these women who don't really do anything, there's no entertainment value, how would you explain that to them? And what would you think their reaction would be? If you think about that, you start to realize that it's a self-defeating and self-destructive behavior that a lot of you young men are into. So if you're thinking about it in that sort of exercise, you'll realize that you should probably stop doing that, because you're the reason why they do stuff like that. And to anybody who's out there actually giving money to these, and people are, because that these women are making a lot of money. You guys are throwing money away on a woman who is not ever going to be your girlfriend. You and I understand what it's like to be in a cycle of loneliness. There was times in my life where I was in this cycle of loneliness because I was chasing things that weren't real. I was putting a lot of effort into things that I could not obtain, that were not attainable at all. So you guys who are doing this, who are giving this money to this stuff, you're in that cycle, and you need to realize you're in that cycle. And the only way you're going to ever get out of that is to just stop doing that. Go out and ask a woman out in your real world. That's the money you're spending on these thoughts could be spent taking someone out to dinner, to coffee, getting them know them better. Go find something in your life that's real, because none of these Twitch streamers are real. They don't care about you. They care about your money. And that's why they do it. So I want you guys to think about it. The only reason this is even being talked about is because this woman makes probably hundreds of thousands of dollars each month doing something completely empty that is a placebo for men out there, young men out there, who have just been told that they're the evil in the world. You're not the evil in the world. Doing stupid things like this is a side effect of being told that you are the evil in the world, but you're not. You're actually, most of you guys are probably pretty good guys out there, but it's time to stop. I'm going to wrap this one up here. Yeah. If you're one of these guys who's paying, if you know any of these guys who's paying, reach out, man. Just do the bro thing and reach out. Let them know, hey, this is self-destructive. And look at the people that you're funding. Do you want to be part of that? And these women who are completely callous, do you want to really be part of funding them? But that's all I got for this one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. You guys go out, have a good day, and stop watching Thoughts.